Hello and welcome to another episode of Open Studio. I'm your host, Martina Flor, and in this show I share strategies and tactics that you can use to propel your career as a lettering artist or illustrator. We are in December and this is crazy. The year has flown by and it's almost Christmas, and I love Christmas time. It's one of my favorite times of the year. And I also believe that the last weeks of the year, as well as the first weeks of the upcoming year, are the perfect time to engage existing clients and to also connect or put your foot in the door with future clients, which is also known as client outreach, right? Now, you may be listening to this and thinking, oh, Martina, I haven't done anything. I am so behind. We are already on Christmas. It's almost Christmas and I haven't done any of that. I haven't connected with any client whatsoever. So don't panic. In this episode, I want to share a few ways in which you can easily connect with those clients and show your appreciation while staying top of mind. And also, I believe that this is the perfect time to do it because December and also the beginning of January is the month in which many people and companies are looking into their yearly plan. They are looking into the yearly plan for the year ahead. In fact, I hope that you have already done your planning for the next year, which I guided you through in episode number 122 and 123. So if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and check out that episode because I guide you through the process of planning for a kick-ass year. Now, back to what I was saying. December and the beginning of January is the month where many companies, many brands, many people are, putting their head into implementing their plans. So reminding them of your existence may come really in the right time when they are, thinking of who are the people that they could engage in order to achieve those plans. So this is why you will want to have a touch point with your clients during the holidays or during the holiday season. And it's also a great time for you to connect with new potential clients. It's like the perfect excuse to reach out and say, hey, I'm here. This is what I do. This is how I can help you. And for existing clients, it's the perfect time to say like, hey, I appreciate you working with me this year. I hope we can work together again next year, right? Now, I believe that this is a very important thing to do as a freelancer, right? I think many of us, we go about business assignment by assignment, right? And I know that this was how I would go about business in the past, right? So there will be an assignment coming in, done, checked, invoice, goodbye. Right? So there was no ongoing relationship. There was no reaching out back to that client. There was no customer follow-up or whatsoever, right? So I would be working on an assignment basis and I would not continue nurturing that client later on. Now, gaining new clients or engaging new clients is much harder than working with clients that have already hired you to do something, right? And this is why it's so important to nurture these relationships. And this is why the holiday season is a great moment to reach out to your existing clients and say, hey, thank you so much for working with me, right? And I also know by experience that every client that I have reached out to during the holiday seasons, this is something I've done basically throughout the years that I have run my business, the 13 plus years that I have been running my business. I always send a New Year salutation, and they have always appreciated this, right? And I have also used this New Year salutation as a way of creating a piece of work that is very impactful, that is really attractive, and that I can also include in my portfolio. So I have used these opportunities to salute my clients, not only as a way of customer loyalty or satisfaction activity, but also as a mean of building my portfolio. If you go online onto my portfolio, martinaflor.com, you will find a myriad of cards and salutation cards and ephemera that I have created throughout the years that are just self-initiated projects that I have sent to clients at the end of the year. So showing this kind of appreciation through a salutation, physical or virtual, or a phone call, and I'm gonna go through a few things that you can do to create that touch point with your clients and collaborators. It not only helps you express gratitude towards the people you work for and with, but also it helps you stay top of mind with your clients, which is a concept that I always speak about in this podcast, which is something you want with your clients is to be the go-to person for that thing that you do, right? You want to be that person, that first person they think of when they are in need of a certain service, right? And this is, so client outreach or staying top of mind with your clients is not something you do once, but it's something you continuously do, right? And you want to have all those different touch points throughout the year in which you remind your clients, hey, I'm here. Hey, this is a new project I have created. Hey, this may help you. Hey, I have created that new card. Hey, I sent you one, right? So the holiday season is the great, perfect excuse to send a piece of your work to existing clients, but also to potential clients. So I want to remind you, if you're listening to this episode and you haven't created anything yet, you haven't created a card or a salutation for your clients, don't panic, because I'm going to share a few things that you can do to create that touch point with your clients, collaborators, and also potential clients. So the number one thing that I love to do is to send physical cards, and this is something I have done in the 13 plus years that I have run my business. For this year, we have created, of course, a card. If you're one of our members inside my community of lettering artists, you will receive one, or you may have already received one, because we start creating these cards early in November so that we have ample time to print them, to send them by post, because most of our students are in different places, in different locations around the globe. So if you're one of our students, you may have already received our card, and I hope you will love it, because I love it. It's very beautiful. And physical cards are something really easy to make. They're really a great format to create artwork for, and we love this opportunity to create something special for the people we work for. So sending physical cards can be one of the things you can do. Now, if you haven't done it yet, perhaps now is a little bit late in the year, but it is not the only way in which you can salute or send your wishes to your clients, right? So printing physical cards is one way, but if you haven't printed them up until now, don't worry, you still have other ways in which you can reach out to them. So another thing that I have done in the past, when you don't have that ample time to create the artwork and also print the artwork, write the addresses and send it to the post, you can also create handmade cards or handmade products that you send per post, right? So one thing I have done in the past is to buy this, some small notebooks, paper notebooks, and I customized them with the name of the person I was sending the notebook to, right? So they were very small. For those that are watching on YouTube, they were like, they would fit in my hand. And I was just by hand, I was just drawing a lettering on top of them. And I was creating around 20 of them and sending them out to clients that I have worked with throughout the year and potential clients that I wanted to work with in the upcoming year, right? So you don't need to print these cards. You can already, if you are creating something now, you can sit down and create some handmade cards. Of course, if it's a small amount of people that you want to reach out to, this is doable. If you're speaking about 100 people, then perhaps it's not the most efficient way to create a salutation. But handmade cards can go a long way, not only to save you that production time, but also because they have that personal touch. You can personalize them with the name of the person you're sending the card to. You can also send virtual salutations, right? And this is especially for you if you haven't created anything yet and you're wondering, oh my God, the printing, the shipping, all that, and you perhaps have a limited budget, you can create virtual salutations, right? And I have done this throughout the year as well, or throughout the years as well. I remember in the very beginning when I started freelancing, I would create an illustrated card and just attach it on an email. Of course, nowadays there's other softwares and a little bit more fancy tools that you can find online to send those virtual cards, but you can create a design and send it per email as a salutation, right? You can also create a video or an animation. I remember that back in 2010 or even 2009, I created an animation with like a stop motion animation, just using my phone camera, and which I think at that time was a digital camera, wasn't even like a smartphone. I was using a digital camera and recording my hands just moving around pieces of paper and some geometrical figurines that I had created, and I made like a very funny animation that I sent to clients and collaborators. I just put the video online on a web page, and I just sent them this salutation with a link on the email, and they were all coming back to me and saying like, yeah, thank you, that was so fun, and it was just a nice way to say Happy New Year or Merry Christmas. Another way is personalized videos, and this is a big one. So before I mention these animations or these video salutations, what I mean here are personalized videos, and this has been, I would say, a game changer for me in the last years. I use personalized videos a lot nowadays. So I send personalized videos to my students, to my coachees, to my clients, to my collaborators. And these are essentially videos in which I show up in camera like I'm doing right now on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, I show up in camera and I say, hi, thank you so much for sending that email. I wanted to record a video for you, and I wanted to let you know that this and that. So you can do exactly the same for your clients. You can record personalized videos, and they really go a long way, creating an impact on the people you send a video to. I can, every video I send, I have a 99% reply rate. Everyone replies to any video that I send. So I want you to keep this in mind, because it really goes a long way, not only to create salutations for the holiday season, but for anything. And I'm gonna make a short pause here just to mention that all of these strategies or these ideas that I'm discussing in this podcast with you, this can be used in any time of the year. To be honest, I love the holiday season and this part of the year to do these kind of things, because it's like the perfect excuse to send a salutation for someone. But you can use any of these ideas to do client outreach and to stay top of mind of your clients and collaborators throughout the year. You can do it on Valentine's. You can do it for summer. You can do it for a lot of different, you can do it for any moment of the year in which you consider, hey, I need to remind my clients and potential customers and people I work with that I'm there and that I'm thinking of them, right? So back to the ideas. Personalized videos are amazing. Perhaps my favorite way of connecting with people nowadays, or sending those gestures or making those connections with clients and collaborators nowadays, of course, is not as efficient as any other thing. Like, for instance, sending a postcard. You can send, well, nowadays we send around 200 or 300 postcards with my team to our members. So that is a much more efficient way to reach out to all of them and show our appreciation than recording a video to each one of them. But if you have a small client base, you can go ahead and record a personalized video. It just takes you a few hours and you can salute all your clients at once. And the last idea would be to send an email, right? So if you are at this stage of the year and you don't have a budget, or you don't have time, or you don't have enough energy, go ahead, write an email and thank them for collaborating with you this year. Just craft a heartfelt email and, of course, personalize it. Remind them of the project you were working on and why you loved working on that project, and just show your appreciation for that opportunity that you had to work with them this year. And just write that email and send it away. So it doesn't need to be super complicated. And I hope that some of these ideas are really helpful in terms of using this period to create that connection with a client or an existing client, but also potential clients. I want to reiterate that you can do this with your current client base, right? So expressing gratitude and thanking the clients that you have worked with throughout the year. But also you can do that with potential clients, right? You can send them an email, wishing them well for the next year, putting yourself out there, reminding them that you are there to help them, and of course follow up throughout the next year. But that would be, when it comes to new clients, that would be like the seed that then you will water throughout the next year by doing follow-ups with that potential client. Remember that these ideas that I share with you today, you can use them to connect with existing clients as well as potential clients throughout the year. So for instance, just to give you a few real life stories from our community. So Priscilla, which was the member of my coaching program for lettering artists and illustrators this year, she created, because she niched down to work for the food industry, she created a card that features a beautiful lettering piece of her, with a quote that has to do with food and the pleasure of eating, right? And she sent that away to clients and potential clients, right? Or Jose, who was a member of my coaching program last year, he for the holiday season, he created a nutcracker. And that was a beautiful piece. I remember that he was creating it while we were going through the coaching program. So he started way ahead, like way in advance with creating that project. It was a very complex piece, laser cut, and then there was an animation that he was sending I think the nutcracker was connected with an animation. But it was a very beautiful, memorable piece of work that of course connected with his illustrations and his illustration style. So Jose started thinking about what is it that he was going to create for the end of the year to reach out to, existing clients, but also potential clients. So what's next for you? After I share all these ideas with you, I want you to go ahead, and if you haven't done it yet, to take a minute to say thank you and to express gratitude to existing clients. And this is my personal recommendation, do the simplest thing you can do. If that is an email, just send them an email. If that is a video message, do a video message. But don't miss out on the opportunity of reminding them that you're there, that expressing their gratitude, expressing your gratitude for working together this year, right? So take a minute and salute in the easiest possible way. Salute your existing clients, and also remember, personalize it, right? Remind them of the project that you worked on. Yes, so personalize it. And number 2, take a minute to send something to people you want to work with, right? Plant that first seed. So this could also be the easiest step for you. It could be an email or it could be a video message, right? But I want you to plant that seed and then follow up during the year, right? So remember, not only existing clients, but also potential clients down the road. So I hope this podcast or this show has given you a few ideas that you can quickly implement and very easily implement to connect with your clients if you haven't done it yet, to use this holiday season to connect with them, to remind them that you're there, right? And I hope that even if you don't take action in these upcoming weeks, that you will use these ideas to continue doing client outreach and stay top of mind with your clients throughout the year. Remember, these ideas apply to any season of the year, to any time of the year in which you want to connect with your existing clients and potential clients. And lastly, I want to take a minute to wish you a wonderful Christmas wherever you are. I'll be spending this time with my family, but also my brother and his family will be visiting from Argentina. So they're going to spend a very cold Christmas in Berlin with me. This year I invited them to come to Berlin to visit me, and I am very happy that I get to do that. It's been a goal of mine for a long time, and I got to accomplish that this year. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really happy to have my family over during this special time of the year for me. And I hope that you will spend it in the best way possible, which is always your unique way of spending it. If you want to spend it alone, if you want to spend it with family, with friends, however you enjoy it the most, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, and see you on the next episode of Open Studio. Bye-bye. So this is it. I hope you loved this episode. You can find me, the host of the show, on social networks at Martina Flor on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you have a question or comments, go to martinaflor.com/podcast, where you can see previous episodes, find show notes, and send voice memos with your comments and questions. You can also watch these episodes on YouTube. Just go to martinaflor.com/YouTube to find them. You can, of course, listen to all our episodes on your favorite podcast platform. If you loved this episode, subscribe to this podcast. And if you leave us a review, it will help others find us. Thank you all for listening, and see you in the next episode of Martina Flor's Open Studio. Bye-bye.